Headies Hall of Fame, Angelique Kidjo.
When it seems all your dreams come undone.
Time magazine has called her Africa's premier diva, and in September 2021, Time included her in their list of 100 most influential people in the world.
We have had leaders that come before us. We have to continue leading the way they teach us to do so, unapologetically, with pride, with truth, and consistency.
Angelique Pasaloko Hinto Husino Kanjo Mantazogbi Kidjo, born July 14, 1960, known as Angelique Kidjo, is a 5-time Grammy Award-winning Beninese singer, songwriter, actress, and activist who is noted for her diverse musical influences and creative music videos. She was born in Oida, French Dahomey, in what is now Benin. Her father is from the Fon people of Oida and her mother from Iseyin, Oyo State, Nigeria.
I grew up with a grandmother that is from Iseyin, and my father's mother also come from Iseyin. So I grew up in the Yoruba culture as much as I grew up in the Fon culture of my father.
She grew up listening to Yoruba and Beninese traditional music from Ebenezer Obey to King Sunny Ade, Haruna Ishola, and Fela Anikulapo Kuti, which had a huge impact in her music style.
When my family at large, my uncle, my aunties, they'll come home. I mean, it becomes Lagos, a little Lagos home. So we live in the music of Ebenezer Obey, King Sunny Ade, Haruna Ishola, Fela Kuti. Some songs that I don't even know who sang them, how the house being played. So for me, I grew up in this multicultural background that today my memory is just something that I just let guide me wherever I want to go.
Angelique Kidjo was also exposed to a wide range of music from the likes of Miriam Makeba, Hugh Masekela, James Brown, Manu Dibango, Otis Reddy, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Wonder, Osibisa, and Carlos Santana.
But then nature has a way of warning us. A time bomb set on a lost cat.
Angelique Kidjo started singing from the age of 6 while in her school band, Les Sphinx, and she found success as a teenager with her adaptation of Miriam Makeba's Le Troy Z, which was played on the Beninois National Radio. Kidjo recorded the album Pretty with the Cameroonian producer Ekambi Brilliant and her brother, Oscar. It featured the songs Nineveh, Beagosi, and a tribute to the singer Bella Bello, one of her role models. The success of the album allowed her to tour all over West Africa. Unfortunately, continuing political conflicts in Benin prevented her from being an independent artist in her own country and led her to relocate to Paris in 1983. While working various day jobs to pay for her tuition, Angelique Kidjo studied music at the CIM, a reputable jazz school in Paris, where she met musician and producer Jean Hebrel, with whom she composed most of her music and whom she married in 1987. She started out as a backup singer in her local bands. In 1985, she became the front singer of Jasper Van Hoff's Euro-Africa jazz rock band Pili Pili. 3 Pili Pili studio albums followed. Jacko, released in 1987, Be in Two Minds, released in 1988, produced by Marlon Klein, and Hotel Babel, released in 1990. By the end of the 1980s, she had become one of the most popular live performers in Paris and recorded a solo album titled Paroku for the Open Jazz label. She was then discovered in Paris by Island Records founder Chris Blackwell, who signed her in 1991. She recorded 4 albums for Island until Blackwell's departure from the label. In 2000, she was signed in New York by Columbia Records, for whom she recorded 2 albums. The 5-time Grammy Award winner Angelique Kidjo is one of the greatest artists in international music today, a creative force with 13 albums to her name.
I'm still working, I'm still doing music, and I intend to do music till my last breath.
Her star-studded album, Jin Jin, won a Grammy Award for Best Contemporary World Album in 2008, and her album, Oyo, was nominated for the same award in 2011. Her 12th album, Eve, Savoy 429 Records, were released to critical acclaim. Eve later went on to win the Grammy Award for Best World Music Album in 2015, and her historic orchestral album Sings with the Orchestra Philharmonique du Luxembourg, Savoy 429 Records, won a Grammy for Best World Music Album in 2016.
African music better by working hard, that everything that we bring out is spotless, is straight to the point. It is so beautiful, so yummy that no one can walk away from.
The multiple Grammy Award-winning legend has a major influence in the growth of Afrobeats, as his songs have been sampled, covered, and interpolated by many Afrobeats artists like Burna Boy, Yemi Alade, and many others. In recognition of the Afrobeats movement, Angelique Kidjo has had to co-sign some Afrobeat stars in her most recent work. On her 2021 album, Mother Nature, she featured a host of Nigerian artists including Burna Boy, Mr. Easy, Rexy, and Yemi Alade. Kidjo's choice of direction is a testament to the growth and recognition that Afrobeats has recorded recently.
I'm able to connect to the new generation because they come out unapologetically brilliant. So when you see brilliance, you only can just want to embrace it. And one of the things that is really touching for me is to realize how my music throughout the years have influenced and impacted the young generation that we're talking about today. So it's a great achievement, and at the same time it's a responsibility. So the way I go about is to create and to continue connecting the dot for them to be able to be there once I'm no longer there, for them to continue. It's a transmission culture that we come from.
I will always ride for ya.
She shares her thoughts on the current global acceptance of the Afrobeats music genre. She also thinks that there is more success to be recorded for African music, as Afrobeats is just getting started.
Well, the popularity of the West African music is everywhere, has always been there. Now it's more on the front, is on the mainstream. It was about time that it comes. Africa is a huge continent. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're just starting on unveiling and peeling off step by step the richness of that continent. So the young generation and all of us, we have the responsibility and the duty of presenting the diversity of the African continent music and to protect it and to support it. If we do not, then we lose.
Angelique Kidjo believes that the secret to any success is authenticity.
The secret in my success is always be true to myself. I never set aside my African identity. It's at the core of who I am and what I am. But we have to take pride in who we are before we get to the global stage. Because this global stage is a jungle. If you know where you come from, you might not know where you're going, but knowing where you come from give you the strength to stand throughout year and fashion all the time, because you are relevant, you live in the time, and you are relevant to that time.
Angelique Kidjo has been a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, advocating on behalf of children since 2002. At the G7 Summit in 2019, President Macron of France named Kidjo as a spokesperson for the AFAWA initiative, Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, to help close the financing gap for women entrepreneurs in Africa. She has also created her own charitable foundation, Batonga, dedicated to support the education of young girls in Africa. The BBC has included her in its list of Africa's top music iconic figures, and in 2011, The Guardian listed her as one of their top 100 most inspiring women in the world. Forbes magazine has ranked Angelique as the first woman in their list of the most powerful celebrities in Africa. She is the recent recipient of the prestigious 2015 Crystal Award given by the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, the 2016 Amnesty International Ambassador of Conscience Award, and the 2018 German Sustainability Award.
There's no success without failure, but every time you fail is how you rise up that matter the most. So I'm always in that philosophy of life. You get one setback and there's another opportunity that comes that will allow you to go up.
And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful world. Letting the days go by.
With a standing ovation, it's our honor and privilege to induct the legend, Angelique Kidjo, into the Headies Hall of Fame in recognition of her outstanding impact to the African entertainment industry, home and abroad. Congratulations.
I am so honored and proud to receive this prize from Nigeria, the Headies.